Alright, this is Fakafon's review of Dungeon Fighters Online, with a resolution problem apparently. But anyway, I've never played this game before and I'm excited, because this is the first, as I understand, fighting... Oh, that went fast. The first, fighting like a Street of Rage style on MMO Online, so let's do this! Yeah! Woo! Okay, I retract my previous statement. This is not fast. At all. Is anybody... Ah, there we go. Time for some gaming. Son of a bitch! What is it about me that just pisses online games off? I mean, when I try to review Combat Arm, it bugs. When I try to review Dungeon Fighters, it bugs. Well, I'm gonna choose another game. I don't have a choice. So instead of Dungeon Fighters Online, I'm gonna review CrossFire, an online game that's 13 years old. So let's check it out. So we begin the review with me desperately trying to make this recording footage work and not having much success. But after I fidgeted around and screwed around a little bit, I finally got it to work. Granted, it has a poor frame rate, but inside the game it's really smooth and there's no problem with the frame rate. Now, the first thing I noticed when I started playing this game is that it has an uncanny resemblance to Counter-Strike. I mean, the graphics are similar, the way you move around are similar, and a lot of the sound effects are similar too. And since it was made 13 years ago, it's not really a surprise. Now, it also has some things that looks like Combat Arms, but I'll talk about it a little later. So you basically have the policemen fighting the terrorists, which are called the Global Threat and the Blue Risk, and it's pretty much just you killing everyone because you don't like the police. Yeah, I died. But in this round, I kicked a lot of ass. So before I go into the gameplay, I'll talk about more technical aspects outside of the... with a resolution problem, outside of the fights. So outside of the fight, you have the game list, which is kind of like Combat Arms, where you look at the game modes, you look how many players there are, which maps you're going to play, etc. You also got the storage. The storage is exactly that, what weapons you have, what character models you have, what items you have. Now, you can buy some character models, but I think it's really stupid because you never see what you look like unless you die, and who cares what you look like? You're either a cop or you're a terrorist, that's it. I chose the SWAT look because I guess it looked the coolest. But anyway, there's also the shop. And something that's really interesting to note in the shop is that unlike Combat Arms, thing you buy with the game money stays forever, and things you buy with the actual real life money, it doesn't stay. It's better, but it doesn't stay, so yeah, it's the complete opposite of Combat Arms. You can also buy some grenades, some new guns, some new looks, and some sprays, which who cares? It's a spray. And finally, you get the black market. It's kind of a roulette. You buy something, a case, and there's a lot of choices there is, and you just hope you get the best gun possible. But if you're like me, you're usually gonna end up just getting a spray, because I'm not lucky. So my advice, only try the black market if you feel lucky. Punk. There's also the friend list, but I don't have any friends in this game. Anyway, so I've brought this long enough. Let's start about the game modes. And first, I'm going to talk about elimination mode, which is the closest there is to Counter-Strike, except for a search and destroy, which is the bombs. So this is elimination mode. And now I'm dead, so you just have to watch this guy moving around, I guess. Elimination mode works like this. The round begins, and you have no guns, and you have to pick some up from the floor and just kill the enemies. Now, why couldn't you just buy the guns like in Counter-Strike? I don't know, but it makes it it's funny because you just run around, pick up a gun, and say, alright, let's go kick some ass! Now, elimination mode is simple as hell. You find an enemy, you shoot the enemy, and you win. What I don't like, and what I don't like in most of these games, is when you die, you have to wait a lot. Now, if you play some other games, if you play some other modes in this game, you respawn immediately, but in this game mode, if you die, you're done for. So, my advice, just stay alive, and pick up the biggest gun you can get, like a Desert Eagle, and what's the name of the gun? P90, because the P90 kicks ass! Now, this level reminds me a lot of, you know, the snow level in Counter-Strike, like, if it was mixed with the train level. And there's something I want to talk about in this game, is that the level design are extremely simple. Is this level? It's a square. That's it. It's only a square. And yet I find it really cool. Most of these levels are really fun. And, well, actually, that's pretty much all there is to say about elimination mode. You get a gun, you kill the enemies, and you do it fast, because if you take too long to choose a gun, they're actually just gonna snipe your ass, so my advice, run! Anyway, let's talk about another game mode, which looks a lot like the one from Combat Arms, Mutation Mode. Now, let me just start by saying, I love Mutation Mode. It's even better than the Zombie Mode in Combat Arms, and I love that one. It's better for 3 reasons. One, the level designs are better in my opinion, so it just makes for a more interesting game. Second of all, the mutants aren't invincible, they can actually be killed and not just slightly repelled. Well, actually, I don't know. I haven't played Combat Arms in a while, so maybe they changed that. And third, the mutants have some special abilities, depending on what kind of mutant you are. For example, the mutant I am, if I use the G button, I can see wider, and I can move faster. So that just makes me a lot more lethal. And another thing, the hit detection is so good. If you ever played Combat Arms, you know what I'm talking about. Hitting anyone or anything with a knife was so hard because, I don't know, it just sucked. Well, in this game, you just kick ass. Come back here, you little son of a bitch. Oh, trying to trick me, eh? Well, check this! Now enjoy a montage of me just killing people. Now, for all the good I said about this game, there are some terrible flaws. The hit detection, like I said, is incredible, but the movement is horrifying. Like, moving around feels like you're ice skating on mud, and I know it's hard to explain, but it basically feels like you're in goop all the time, and once you finally get your momentum, you just slide around all the time, and I don't know, moving around is terrible in this game. Oh yeah, when you win, you get some experience, and you get some money. Level up, and you can buy some better guns. But anyway, back to the flaws. So, I cannot explain why moving around is so hard. I guess if I had to, yeah, slippery mud, I guess that's the only way I can explain it. It's so hard to maneuver, and there's also that stupid thing when you get shot, your guy stops moving, like, oh, I took a bullet in the arm. It's not like I should run away or anything, I should just stay there and take another one in the gut. So yeah, when you get shot, you stop. And lastly, I'd have to say, it's just the player base of this game is like playing with whiny 4-year-olds all the time. If you do a headshot, they call you a hacker. If you don't do a headshot, they kick you out of the game because you suck. If you don't suck, they kick you out of the game because you're too good. When you play Mutation Mode, people hide inside boxes so you can't hit them anymore because it's a glitch. And finally, the one thing that drives me crazy is every time I boot up the game, I get that weird thing where I can't jump or crouch. So every time I boot up the game, I have to go in the options, select the controls, and like redo the jumping, the crouching, and the running and the walking instead of running. And I don't know why. Every other button works. I mean, dropping the weapon, changing weapon, it works. But jumping? No way! I have to do it again! So yeah, this is pretty much a review of CrossFire. Now, I would recommend this game because, technically speaking, it's really, really good. It's just that the players inside of it are all assholes. But, I'm used to it because I play a lot of online games, and unless you play games which force you to play in team, like you have no choice, like Left 4 Dead for example, and even then, well, most people are gonna be jackasses and just kick you out for no reason. And can you believe they kicked me out, one of the worst players in the world? I can even jump a car in Mega Man for God's sake. Well anyway, that was my review. See ya.